Hi everybody, this is Adi from Adi's Crafts and Things. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to keep nice straight edges, or as straight as possible with your crochet, as well as trying to avoid all these little gaps whenever you're doing your US double crochet or your UK treble crochet. So make sure you grab your hook and your yarn and let's get started. So for today we're going to be I'm going to show you a couple different techniques to be able to get nice straight edges without getting those huge gaps. I'll show you how those huge gaps happen, how to avoid them. All the tools that you need will be your hooks. I'll be using my 5mm hook along with a 10-ply, which would equate probably to like a weight 4 in the US. Another thing that you can use that would come in handy would just be some stitch markers to make sure that you don't forget where those last or first stitches are. So if you've got all those things, let's just get started. So what happens when you are starting your rows, a lot of times the pattern will just tell you to do a chain 3. Okay, so if I were to do a chain 3, this is going to help maintain the height of that US double crochet when I turn it around. And what you would have to do is skip that first stitch, because this chain would count as your first stitch and you naturally just go to the second one here. Now whenever we do this, that's what creates that big gap, which you will see right here. So I'll show you the two techniques that I've taught my students, and you'll see like how nice and clear they can be. They won't curve out too much. They don't leave any gaps. So choose whichever one you feel most comfortable with, and it'll still make sure that you maintain that nice straight edge. So the first one, we would be starting with essentially a US single crochet on that first stitch right here. And then we would insert our hook onto the second loop, the one furthest away from the hook, just on that one loop right there. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. Okay, so from here we'd be able to continue on with the project without any issues. And there's two reasons why I prefer this one. I have found that it is much easier to learn and practice doing that, as it's just single crochet over a single crochet. Also on the way back, it has a very nice clear space where you need to go at the end of the row. If it's still difficult for you, you're always welcome to go ahead and put a stitch marker. And whenever you're on your way back, you'll see right there where your hook is supposed to go into. Also make sure that occasionally you're counting your stitches. If you know the number of stitches that you started with, every couple of rows, make sure you count them. And this will also help make sure that your project is not getting bigger or getting smaller. That's something that I have noticed a lot lately on Reddit, and just people that are struggling with keeping nice straight edges. So this should make it to where it's much easier to find where your hook is supposed to go into and to eliminate any gaps. The second one is a little bit trickier, the second technique that I'm going to show you, but it's just as effective. So for this one, we would pull up a loop about the height, a little bit higher than the height of a double crochet, and we would do a yarn over with that same loop as we would with our working yarn. Insert into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. This is going to look a lot closer to your regular US double crochet. And again, it eliminates that gap completely. Okay, now with that one you will have a little bit more of a little bump showing up on the ends, but it eliminates those gaps very beautifully. And again, whenever you finish that stitch, make sure you put your stitch marker so that you don't forget to do that on the way back. Okay, so those are the two ways to do it. Feel free to rewind and practice either one of those stitches, and let me know what you think. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Share this video if you found it helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.